So I will start with Eclipse. It may take a second to load. So once this installer loads up, you should select Eclipse IDE for Java developers, not for enterprise Java developers, just the regular Java developers. And then it will ask you for the Java 11 plus VM. You should point it to the JDK that you installed earlier, JDK 15.0.02. If you cannot find it here, you will have to click on the Browse button and then click on Browse and then go to that folder where you installed your JDK right here. Because it already found 15.02, that's why it said no new VM found. That's okay. And the installation folder will by default be inside your user directory inside the Eclipse folder. So you also want to do create start menu entry and create desktop entry. So we will click on install. This may take a while depending on your internet speed and PC configuration. Might as well go and have a cup of coffee or tea or whatever while this is installing. You may see this, the installation process is taking longer than usual. This is perfectly fine because the download servers Eclipse uses is kind of slow. I mean, the servers are not slow. The connection to reach those servers is slow. So that's perfectly fine even if you see this. Okay, so once the installation is done, you will see that you will have a green launch button in the installation dialog box. And what I like to do is open the folder here just so I can check out whether everything has installed correctly. And you should also be able to find it here. This is not the actual one. This is from my previous installation, which I uninstalled. But Eclipse uninstallation is kind of weird. It does not provide you with any uninstallers. So I guess I'll fix that later. But we installed 2012, not 2029. Version 1.0_231 of the VM of the JVM is not suitable for this product. Version 11 or greater is required. Okay, so this is probably an issue because I have JDK 1.8.0_231 here. So I will probably delete that and delete that. You probably will not have the JDK here. I just have that set up at my local machine. And let's see if I also have it here. Doesn't seem to be in that way. Okay. So that should fix that error. Version 11 greater is required. Okay. What I should also probably do is set the path to the JDK 15 in the environment variable. And I should probably remove this because they seem to be causing problems. Okay, okay, okay. And now we no longer have that error. So if you face that error, make sure to include JDK 15 in your environment variables like the way I showed you. And hopefully Eclipse starts up. Okay, so we are inside Eclipse. First, I would like to create a project and name it Spring 2021 Test. By default, it's using Java SE15. You can also make sure that you're using the correct JRE by selecting JDK 15 from the dropdown. And then click Next. And then click Finish. And then it will ask you to create module info. Just select Create. And you will see nothing pop up. That's because you need to close this. And by default, your module info.java will open up. You don't need this for now. You want to create a class. And for beginners, you would like to check this box. And it's giving me an error, must declare a named package, because this compilation unit is associated with the named module Spring 2021 test. So you need to first create a package before you can create a class. So by default, this is the convention for naming packages. You have com, then a period, and then your name, then another period, and then the name of the package. And that's the standard way of creating a package. And then you can create the package. Let's test out that our installation is working. By the way, I just did sys out. This is called a snippet. I typed in sys out and then placed the cursor at the end of the word and then pressed Control space. That's how I get the extended or the actual code line that I want to say. So in Java, if you want to print something, you say system.out.println. We will get into the details later on. Hello world. And then I can run this file by right-clicking on it. And I get hello world. So if you were able to come up to this point, your Java installation is working perfectly.